All right, so we will go over a few things that we did in pre-algebra class this week. We are simplifying fractions, turning fractions into decimals, and then turning decimals into fractions. So to do that, we're going to start off with a little bit of a warm-up. It is prime factorization. So we are going to factor out these numbers, and we'll actually factor out the 20 here. So we'll do 20. So when we factor out 20, we already know that 20 is 1 times 20. So what we're going to do is we're going to factor out 20 into as many prime numbers as we possibly can. So we already know that 1 times 20 is 20. 2 times what is 20? 2 times 10 is 20. We're going to circle the 2 because we can't break down the 2 anymore. Can we break down the 10? We can. We're going to break it down into 2 times 5. And we can't factor out 2 anymore, because the only factors left are 2 times 1. And we can't factor out 5 anymore, because the only factors left for 5 would be 5 and 1. So 20 could be represented as 2 times 2 times 5. And that's going to make more sense once we get into the simplifying fractions, because this is how we will be doing our simplifying. All right, so simplifying fractions. If you look up to the right here, we see our 5 steps that we have. Our very first step is to factor out the numerator. And if we remember, our numerator is our top number. So we're going to start by factoring out 24. Now 24 can be factored out into 2 times 12. 2 is prime. We can factor 12 out into 2 and 6. Can we factor 6 out? Yes, we can. Into 2 times 3. We can't factor out 2 or 3 anymore. So we know that 24 can be written as 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. There, we did step 1, which was factor out the numerator. Now we need to factor out our denominator. So we're going to factor out 32. 32 can be factored out into 2 and 16. We can break 16 up into 2 times 8. Oh, I'm circling 8. Not supposed to, so we can still factor out 8 into 2 and 4. We can still factor out 4, so we're not quite done yet. Into 2 times 2. Kind of ran out of room there. So now we got to write down the circle numbers, because those are our prime numbers. So we know that 32 can be broken into 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. And there we did step number 2, which was factor out our denominators. Step 3 are cross out any common factors that we may have. There's a 2 and a 2 in the top and the bottom, so we'll cross those out. There's another 2, another one, 2 more. Those 2 are on the bottom. We need to have 1 on the top and 1 on the bottom. So those are all of our numbers, or all of the common factors we crossed out. Now step 4 says multiply any leftover numbers. 3 times nothing, so that's still going to be 3. And then 2 times 2 is 4. So simplifying 24 over 32, the most simplified version would be 3/4. I want you to try this next one by yourself, and then we'll try it together. So factor out, and what is the simplest form of 9 over 55? Remember to follow your 5 steps. All right, so we're going to start by factoring out 9. 9 can be factored out into 2 2 times what makes 9? Nothing. Oh, so let's try 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 3's are prime. So we know that 9 can be written as 3 times 3. Now we'll factor out 55. We're going to factor 55 out. 2 times what is 55? Nothing. 3 times, no, it doesn't work. 4 times what makes 55? That doesn't work either. Ooh, I know that 5 times 11 makes 55. And both 5 and 11 are prime. So 55 can be written as 5 times 11. Here we did steps 1 and 2. Do we have any common factors that we can cross out? So 5 on the bottom, but not at top. There's 11 on the bottom, but not on top. So we have no common factors we can cross out. So we need to multiply any leftover numbers. 3 times 3 is 9. 5 times 11 is 55. So 9 over 55 was in its simplest form. So now we're going to write each decimal as a fraction in simplest form. How do we do that? What we do is we would plug this number into our place value chart. 5's in the 1s, and 5, 9. And what I'm going to look for here is the farthest right digit. What is our place value? I see it is in the hundredths. So when I see that it's in the hundredths, I automatically know that our fraction is going to be over 100. How do I know that? Because the 9 is in the hundredths frame. And now, when I look anything to the left of our decimal point here is our whole number. So 5 would be our whole number. And then everything to the right of the decimal would be your numerator. So 5.59 turned into a fraction would be 5 and then 59 over 100. So 5 and 59 100ths. And remember, you just got to see what the place value is, because that'll tell you what's in your denominator. Whether it'll be 10, this one's hundreds, so we know it's hundreds, or it could even be thousands. So plug that number into your place value chart and convert this decimal into a fraction. All right, so we'll start by plugging it into our place value chart. 1, 5, 7, 9. Ooh, we ended in the thousands frame, so I know our fraction is going to be over 1,000. And I remembered from the last slide that anything to the left of our decimal is our whole number. Anything to the right of the decimal is our numerator. So you get 1 and 579 1,000ths. All right, we will end there for today. Make sure to check back on Monday, as there will be one more video lesson for you to get caught up on.